Okay, so before I get into this March 19th episode of Friday Night Smackdown, there are two things that I want to discuss here. Number one, apparently Charlie Caruso is apparently leaving WWE once her contract is up. She hasn't been backstage, she hasn't been on Raw Talk. She basically has not been on WWE programming in weeks, due to the backstage heat. And backstage heat is that she isn't showing up ahead of her time, basically. Like, she's showing up late and stuff like that, so. And if she is leaving, then it is what it is. She was pretty decent. Like, she had her moments where it was like, ugh. But, other than that, very beautiful woman. And I wish her nothing but the best. And she has a job at ESPN. I mean, she's on First Take. So, if she does leave WWE, at least she has other projects outside. And also, we got the reveal of the host of WrestleMania. And the reason why I'm laughing, it's because it's Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan. Oh my God, dude, was Twitter so pissed off about this. There was so many people that were like, how dare they put Hogan and Titus O'Neil with Hogan, his comments that he made, like, how dare they? Other people were saying that Bayley or, Billy Kay should have been the host of WrestleMania. Me personally, I don't really care about it. Yeah, I know what Hogan said and what he did was wrong, but, I'm a guy who believes in second chances, so I still think Hogan was one of the greats, despite what he said and done. And who knows? And by the way, I have a huge respect for Titus O'Neil. He does a lot for WWE and his charity work. Great dude, great dad, great husband, just all around a great guy. I feel like we need more people like Titus O'Neil in this world. All right, so now moving on to this episode of SmackDown. Now, overall, I thought the SmackDown was okay, meh. Like, it wasn't a great SmackDown, like the greatest SmackDown of all time, but it wasn't a bad SmackDown. I know a lot of people were saying that this SmackDown was really bad. Me personally, I thought this was a meh show. We kicked off the night with the SmackDown Women's Tag Team title match between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Shayna got in the ring. She basically she was trying to kick Banks, but she actually kicked Nia, and because of that, Bianca was able to get the win. It was an okay match for what it was worth. I can't wait till this tag team match is over, to be honest with you. They got to really start this Bianca and Sasha. They should be feuding. Get Reginald out the picture. Just, come on, Sasha and Bianca should not be teaming up in Fastlane. It's a pointless match. They should be feuding with each other. We get the talented Kayla Braxton backstage with Edge. Edge is talking about, SmackDown's always feel like home to him, and how he's just glad to be here and stuff like that. So we get the Messiah. We get Mr. Drip Man himself. Yeah, Rollins has been on social media calling himself Drip Rollins or something like that. But basically, Rollins comes out to the ring. He's talking about, how everyone's glad to see him, but he just belittles Cesaro, just talking about how Cesaro disrespected him. So it looks like, it was announced later on in the night, because Shinsuke interrupted him. So we're going to get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rollins at Fastlane, which I got no problem. I think that's going to lead to, obviously, the inedible. That is Cesaro versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And if you think about it, that's a great match. That could be a great night one match. Possibly open up the show. Something like that. Cesaro and, Rollins, I think they could have a pretty great match. And, it can help, Cesaro, because apparently, I believe, there have been rumors that WWE is planning to give Cesaro a big push after WrestleMania, being one of the challengers to step up to the tribal chief, that is Roman Reigns. Okay, so after that we get, by the way, congratulations to Eric Bischoff, probably the greatest manager in the history of wrestling, Eric Bischoff, going into the Hall of Fame. Congrats, Eric Bischoff, you truly deserve it, my friend, even though we're not actually friends, but you get what I'm saying. Mad respect. All right, Street Profits versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic. So the match was okay, But this is what's so stupid about creative. This made no fucking sense. So, and I'm sorry for cursing, but you have Rey and Dominic win. They beat the Street Profits. Let me remind you, former tag team champs. Then they face Alpha Academy, and Alpha Academy legit beats them clean. After they just won their match, it makes sense to give the win to Alpha Academy and have, Rey, Mysterio, and Dominic lose literally after they just picked up a win. Like, this don't make no sense. It don't. Honestly, I think they're going to do like a 4-way at Mania with these 4 teams. Well, triple threat maybe if Dominic and Mysterio don't get involved, but I don't know. The tag team division, I don't know. It is what it is. All right, we get Sami Zayn. What's going on with Sami Zayn and Logan Paul? Like they've been like tweeting each other. I don't know. Something about his little documentary. But we get, him with Kevin Owens. He just tells, Kevin Owens to, be by ringside to watch his match. And if Owens doesn't see anything remotely suspicious, then Sami's just going to end all this conspiracy stuff. So throughout the night, they're hyping up Edge's big, match against Jey Uso. It's his first match back. We get Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. They're trying to hype up their matchup. Just the same old stuff. Roman said, I'm going to beat the hell out of you at Fastlane. I'm going to walk in and beat Edge at Mania. Daniel Bryan said, I'm going to make you tap. Well, I'm just not going to make you tap. I'm going to break, your beliefs, and I'm just going to break you. And I'm going to win the Universal title at Fastlane. The whole challenger versus title, pre-up match preview promo. All right, we get King Corbin versus Sami Zayn. This was an okay match. Corbin gets the win. Sami attacks Owens after the match, which will most likely lead to their match at WrestleMania. And hey, it is what it is. I mean, it gives Sami something to do. It gives Kevin Owens something to do because, let's be real here. They can either face each other at Mania or sit at home for Mania. So it is what it is. KO versus Sami. I don't really care. I don't care, but it's just like cool. Because they've wrestled like 1,000 times. Even outside of WWE. Well, that was El Generico, but that's a different story. Now we get to hype up the big match for their Intercontinental title match, Big E and Apollo. You guys know me, man. I'm digging this new Apollo heel turn. Big E cut a decent promo. Cruz just being good as he is. They start brawling. They're just hyping up for their IC match, man. Honestly, I think it's going to end in a DQ, to be honest with you. Apollo's going to, do something crazy. And they'll probably have a rematch at Mania. And that's where I think, Cruz, dethrones Big E and becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. But, I thought it was a pretty good, decent face-off to hype up their match. We get Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler. Now, see what I mean, guys? Like, the end, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know. It's just like Natalya, she's attacking Belair. Tamina comes out. I'm liking this new team of Tamina and Natalya. Like, it got potential, but it just, I don't know. Again, they need to get to Sasha versus Bianca. They gotta get to it, but it is what it is. All right, so we get the main event: Edge versus Jey Uso. Man, we gotta give Edge credit here, man. Edge did a really good job with selling his rib injuries. Jay did a really good job as well. Jay has just been killing it these past few months, man. Like, it's crazy how almost a year ago, this dude was in probably one of the worst segments ever in SmackDown history with that god-awful karaoke segment with the girls. And now he's doing this. And it's keeping him busy because his brother's about to come back. And hopefully his brother comes back soon because I'm a huge fan of the Usos. But pretty good match. Edge gets to win. After the match, Roman spears Edge. Roman spears Daniel Bryan. And yeah, man, that was SmackDown. Like I said, this is a decent episode of SmackDown. Meh episode. To be real with you guys, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. And so, yeah.